Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Have You Heard? I'm Richard, and today I cannot believe I'm saying this for only the third time. We're listening to Peter Gabriel. And for the first time, we are delving into his first solo album called Peter Gabriel. That's it. Or even Peter Gabriel 1. None of this car business or security business or scratch business. Sorry. Don't like it. Oh dear. It's the first Peter Gabriel album, released in February 1977. And it's such an interesting album, and I've just been doing a little bit of a check and checking all my numbers and my settings and everything else, and I played some of it, and I thought to myself, why on earth don't I listen to this album more than I do? So I'm really pleased that we're doing Down the Dolce Vita today. Now, it could have been any track, and they're all so weird and different, and that's what makes the album so interesting. But I do like this particular song probably as much as any of the others on the album. So we're going to go with that, and then I'll be guided by what you guys say in the comments. That's the plan. If you're new to the channel, if you haven't seen us before and you're a Peter Gabriel fan, we've done two before, and they're in the prog rock playlist that's down below. We've done Games Without Frontiers from the third album, and we have done That Voice Again from So. But we haven't done anything from this album, so it's really going to be a lot of fun, I hope. I'm sure it will be. It'll be fun for me to listen to it again, and I hope it'll be fun for you to listen to it and perhaps then contribute some comments and stuff after the video. But let's listen to it first of all. Okay, Down the Dolce Vita. It was the third track on side 2 on the old style album that we have there. I've also got it on CD. It's one of the earliest CDs I ever bought was this one. So it's not a remaster, it's not a fancy one at all. But this is a remastered version on Spotify. But here we go, waiting for the big one. It's Down the Dolce Vita by Peter Gabriel. and it moves into Here Comes the Flood. Um, it's a real out there kind of song, isn't it? Some people call it a bit bombastic. I just think it's very exciting, and I think it's right for the album because it comes at a time when I think the album needs a little bit of power, and it needs something that is, um, I guess, just louder, if you like, and quite proggy. It's this one of the proggier songs on the album, and he does all kind of stuff, doesn't he? For barbershop quartets and Salisbury Hill, of course. The first track, Moribund the Burgermeister, is weird. um, and then Here Comes the Flood at the end, which is a beautiful song, but he's re-recorded it quite a few times and put it on different albums or different records, because he did think that Bob Ezrin, the producer, kind of overproduced it a little bit. Um, and it was an interesting choice, Peter choosing Bob Ezrin, of course, who would famously do The Wall, wouldn't he, with Pink Floyd, soon after this, I guess. Um, and the band, I mean, Bob Ezrin put most of the band together, the people who worked on the album. So they're mostly American guys, apart from Robert Fripp, of course, who Peter had got close to by this time. And Robert Fripp played on this album. He produced the second album. He played on the third album and maybe the fourth, I'm not sure. But this was the album where Peter got to know Tony Levin. Um, and of course, Tony Levin would become one of his right hand men. Um, and maybe Larry Fast on synths. He played on the next two or three as well. But the rest of the guys are very much US session guys, particularly, and I was always fascinated to see this, Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner playing guitar. Um, and both of them, of course, I love their playing on Lou Reed's Rock and Roll Animal, particularly the intro to Sweet Jane. That's right. Um, it's an iconic track, and it was really interesting to hear Hunter and Wagner playing on this album. And I don't know who plays which parts. So on this particular track, I'm feeling it's Steve Hunter and Robert Fripp playing, but I'm not too sure. The sleeve notes don't really specify. Well, they do kind of for Wagner. They say he plays mainly on Here Comes the Flood. Um, but interesting stuff. And of course, early days in someone's solo career is really, um, it's really interesting to see what they do, who they play with, how they go about it. And these first Peter Gabriel albums each have their own specific identity, particularly one and two. And then you get to three, which sort of heralds the 80s, and that whole claustrophobic sound that he gets out of that album. We must um, visit every single Peter Gabriel album, and as I say once again, um, I'm happy to be guided by what you guys think, what you guys want us to listen to in the future. So please put some comments down below. I feel like I'm getting back into the saddle again. I've had visitors, so all the videos you've seen for the past few days were all sort of pre-recorded last week, and I'm just settling back into the groove again. So I feel like I've made a couple of mistakes today, but please, sorry, I'm a bit out of touch. but we'll be getting back into it very, very, very quickly. So yeah, like and subscribe if you're new and you enjoyed the video. Please go back and look at all the playlists. We've got 150 odd videos available for you all to listen to. My, I'm stumbling over my words today. But I hope that it hasn't been too bad. The music was good. That's the important thing. So I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Have You Heard, which might well be out later today because I'm probably going to be doing probably a couple a day over the next month or two. But I'll see you soon. So until then, cheers everybody.